And one thing I want to hear from you is because I got friends in the US, right? And they loved Australian accent.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say if you can introduce yourself in the most Australian accent.
In the most Australian accent.
The most Australian accent.
Okay. All right. It's gonna be a bit corny, but we'll go for it.
Hi guys, welcome back to Kip Gen Studio. I am here with Issac, and I have the honor of hosting him tonight. Issac is a great artist, and he's also writing his own songs. Great composer, and now he's starting to produce music at his house. And I met Issac at Hillsong Melbourne East. He's still serving at Hillsong Melbourne East, and he's gonna introduce himself, a bit about himself for the viewer in the most Australian accent.
In the most Australian accent. Well, I feel like you got to say g'day.
Okay.
G'day, I'm Issac.
Uh-huh.
Well, I had something conjured up. No, but g'day, I'm Issac. Yeah, like Chin said, I feel like I have a kind of an Aussie accent anyway, so I don't know if you want me to g'day mate, how you going? Like, I don't know if you want me to like accentuate it, but no, yeah. So I'm a music artist. I've released an album, an EP, and a single. So I released a bit of music, but I think I'm still pretty early on my music journey.
Yep.
I'm playing gigs here and there. I used to play a lot more gigs, and I've kind of stopped taking pub gigs or like background music gigs because I don't really need the money anymore, and I feel like sometimes they become a bit soul crushing for me. But that being said, I am playing 2 gigs this weekend. We've got a bit of a big weekend ahead.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
And do you mind sharing a little bit about the gig that you mentioned before? So where will you be playing the music? And when will you be leaving for that, and when are you coming back?
Yeah, so I used to have my lifestyle used to be very much like gigging 2 or 3 days a week, and it was a lot of driving through either Sydney, Melbourne, Wagga, like around there, and around regional New South Wales. So I did a lot of driving, and I used to my lifestyle used to be gig, and I would finish at like midnight, and then I would drive 2 hours home, an hour home, or I would finish at like 10 and then drive like 4 hours to go to Sydney or whatever, so I could be there for the next day. It was I had a really unhealthy lifestyle. I wasn't sleeping much. I was eating really bad foods. So I've kind of like shifted that over the last little while. But I would say this weekend coming up, it's going to be pretty similar to that. I've got to leave probably sometime in the morning, tomorrow morning. Yep. And I'm driving. I've got a gig. I've got to drive 5.5 hours. Wow. I'm playing just a private function kind of thing. So I'm playing for 2.5 hours there, and then I've got an hour and a half I need to drive to Tumut, where I'm playing a gig in Tumut, just a easy pub gig. Yep. And that starts at 9, and the gig before finishes at 7:30, and it's an hour and 20-minute drive. So I have a 10-minute window to pack up and set up, which would be. I told them, look, it'll be around 9 because they knew. So yeah, I'll do that, and then I'm playing till 1 a.m. and then I've got to drive back to Wagga, so that's like at least another hour's drive after that. So it's gonna be late, and then I'm driving back to Melbourne Sunday morning and playing Sunday night at the Christmas service at church. So
man, that's a big commitment, eh?
Yeah.
How many songs do you think you have written so far?
Written? I've written, I can't even count. I know I've released 17 songs, but I've probably...
You released 17 songs? Is it?
16 songs. No, 17 including the last piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how many albums?
I've released 1 album, 1 EP, and then a single, and then the last piece, which is on your album. Yeah. So I've released a fair few songs. In terms of written, I couldn't even tell you. It would be in the hundreds for sure. Yeah. Yeah. I've got probably 50 demos sitting there as well.
Wow.
50 demos all up
Yeah.
from when I was 15 onwards. So yeah.
That's crazy. You just leave it.
Well, to be fair, I released 2 songs when I was 15 and I took them down because they didn't sound good at all. So things like that and that era of writing, I've kind of stepped away from.
That's crazy for me because I don't have any unreleased song that I kept.
Really?
I do have a few songs that I haven't released. I'm planning to.
Right.
But I just don't keep songs that are not. Yeah, I do have a few.
Yeah. Well, when did you start writing?
I started writing songs about 10 years ago.
How old are you now?
I'm 31.
You're 31.
What about you?
You're 26.
What about you?
Well, I'm 21.
Okay.
and I started writing them when I was 13. So.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Yeah.
I started about 10 years ago.
Yeah. Okay.
And I do have songs that I put it in private on YouTube.
Yeah.
The very first one that I did, I just put because
that's like mine. Yeah.
I don't think they're good enough. So
No.
Put it on private.
Yeah, I get that. That's me.
Who inspired you to become a composer or an artist?
I was thinking about this question and honestly, I don't really have an answer for you because I've kind of always just had this thing that I've always known I'm going to do music. It's since I remember sitting on, we had these white lounges at my old house where I grew up in a really small town. I remember sitting in my front living room and I was sitting on the lounge and I was trying to decide if I wanted to be a basketball player or wanted to be a musician. And I just was like, I'm better at music, so I'm going to be a musician. And that was when I was 10 or 11. I just started learning the guitar and I was like, yep, I'm going to be a musician. From that day on, it's just never changed. So, yeah.
Do your family play instrument or sing?
Yeah, so my mum's a piano teacher, or she was a piano teacher, and she can sing, and my siblings can sing, but by no means did my mum ever pursue a musical career in that sense. She's never been a songwriter or anything.
Right.
I think the way my mum does sing, she's always sung in church and she's very melodic in how she sings, and I could see that coming through in my songwriting. I'm much more melody based. I can always come up with a melody before I come up with lyrics per se. And my uncle's very musical as well, so I enjoyed and he would write songs and.
So it's kind of came from your family background as well.
It's kind of just been around. I think probably what it is just growing up in church. I think that's growing up in church. I've kind of just witnessed music. I kind of just played music, and it just was the natural progression for me.
So what's your songwriting process looks like? You just mentioned that you always come up with the melody and stuff, right? A lot of people do differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think mine's not the same every time.
Okay.
I think I always just have this feeling of okay, I know I'm gonna write a good song right now. I can always just tell. It just feels like it comes from my chest. Maybe some might say it comes from my spirit. I don't know. I just have this feeling, I know I'm going to write a great song. If I force it, I can still write a great song, but I know it's not going to be as good as when I say, I know, I have this feeling of I'm going to write a great song. And so often I'll kind of start with a story. Okay, what do I want the song to be about?
Okay.
What have I been feeling recently? What emotions, what story can I express throughout my writing? That's kind of where I start. Then I'll play some chords on my guitar generally, or a keyboard or electric, whatever it is. That's kind of how I go into it. Might come up with a bit of a melody, and then I go into writing lyrics. But there's some times where I'll have an idea of the story already, and then I'll just have this lyric pop into my head, and then I'll go from there.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. So start from the inspiration.
Yeah.
And then to melody, and then to lyrics.
Yeah. That's generally I think every time's a bit different, but generally that's kind of my flow. How do you write?
Well, my approach is kind of the same. So I, like you said, inspiration. I felt something inside my heart that wants me to actually put it in a piece.
Mm-hmm.
And so inspiration, and then I find, like you said, melody.
Yeah.
Melody always comes first for me.
Yeah.
And then I would create the music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Interestingly, I would
Yeah.
create the music, and then I would put the lyrics on
Dang.
when I'm happy with the music.
Yeah. I feel like because I've always written on my own, but as of this year, I've really started writing with other people, and I'll have like sessions with producers and other people in the room, and might be me and one other person, and the producer writer in the room, and we'll be writing the song and the producer's building the track as we're going. That's kind of the flow that I've found is also helpful for me sometimes.
Yeah, right.
But I don't like writing lyrics. Like I like writing lyrics with just like one instrument because I want to focus on the lyrics and not whatever else is going on.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. So how long have you been singing and writing songs?
I started singing kind of around the same time I started playing guitar,
Okay.
which was when I was about 11. So for about 10 years.
Okay.
And in fairness though, my mum would always tell me that she would, like when she would bath me as a kid, like as a young kid, she would always like hum a note. And when I was like learning to talk and all that stuff, she would get me to hum the same note as her. So you could say then, but yeah, I think really seriously from when I was about 11, and then I started writing from when I was about 13.
Wow.
Yeah.
During those times, what has been the most challenging part of the journey as a singer and songwriter?
I think having patience, and I think it's like something that I'm still so bad at. I'm such an impatient person. I always in the moment wonder why I haven't blown up yet, or why my music hasn't been more successful. And I feel like recently I will go listen back to my album. I did this a few weeks ago, and I was like, oh, you know what? No wonder I haven't blown up. I think this sucks. And and that's a genuine thing. I think I'm just such an impatient person, and I think I should be here when I'm not. And then I always am just reminded like I'm 21. So, you know.
What is one lesson you wish you'd learned earlier in your music journey?
Yeah, I would say no. I think that patience thing is the biggest thing. It's like I would say the biggest thing would be for me personally. Now, I don't think this is the case with everyone. I think for me personally, because I'm such an impatient person, it's like I need to do the opposite sometimes. I need to stop struggling and striving for things, because I know I can hustle for things. I know I can do that. But do I know I can be patient when, you know, God calls me to be patient? Sometimes I don't know that I can. And so it's like learning that lesson of being more patient and not struggling and striving and doing that sometimes is harder for me.
So you obviously release EPs and albums and songs, and what do you hope people experience when they listen to your music?
I think it's shifted recently. I would say before, like I was saying, I feel like I was just so pride and ego filled before. I would say, and like honestly, like, you probably wouldn't have been able to tell. Like it was probably when we were shooting the music videos. Like it's been like even after then, I feel like I've been pride and ego filled, and I still am, but I feel like it's something that I've really surrendered. And so I would say, you know, then it would have been this excitement, this like I want people to emotionally connect with my music, but like this like sense of awe when they listen to my music. But now it's like I want them to experience the presence of God when they listen to my music.
Wow.
But I want to do it in a way that's not just for Christians. It's for people in the world. And they can experience that anointing, but they might not be able to put words to it, but they just say, hey, there's something special here. Like, what is that? And then that road can be further explored.
Yeah, that's so good, man. Do you have any dream project that you're praying for in the future?
I feel like one of my biggest goals is just to play the biggest show ever.
Okay.
But like the biggest free shows ever. Like I just keep them free. Like I don't really care, you know.
So can you extend it a little bit? So in details, like is that your own show or is it with somebody or with what? How big?
Yeah, look, I think. I mean, my dream's always to be playing stadiums. Like that's always been my dreams, playing stadiums. But I think I think I saw the record as like 1 million people or something like that for the biggest show, which is crazy. Like that's, and honestly, it would just be awesome to play to that many people. Like to have that record, that record of having the biggest show played would be crazy. And like I think it is. I think it was a free show, but not only for it to be just a show, but for it to be something where people can experience the presence of God at that show. They might not even know it. That would be just so awesome. Like they come away from that show full of something that they don't know what it is. Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people attended the Taylor Swift.
No idea.
I don't think it's even 1 million people. It's around probably
in the MC.
Yeah.
In the MCG.
Yeah.
It was like 100,000 somewhere around that. Yeah, 107 I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, the biggest show, the biggest show was not in a stadium. They wouldn't fit in there. It was like this, it was like along a beach, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, where was it?
I think it was in Barcelona or something like that. Right. I have a feeling it was Lady Gaga. I could be wrong.
Imagine 1 million people in front of you.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, there's like a helicopter footage of it. And it's crazy.
Well, anything is possible, man. It's in this time of the year. If you have any hit song can happen in 1-2 days. It's not like it used to before, you know. Yeah,
but I think I want to preface that. I feel like that's my dream, but honestly, if that never happens, that doesn't bother me. I just kind of want to be a vessel for Christ in that sense. Like if that's God's will, that's awesome. But if it's not, cool.
Yeah. Well, anything can happen.
Yeah, that's right.
I think even you see, you know, just random things just go viral on social media nowadays, you know. And if God's will, anything can happen.
Yeah.
If we write a really good song. Now you started 10 years ago songwriting, right? And then singing, and you got the experience, and you're just 21. You got full potential ahead, man. And there's so much hope for the future for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, with your experience as well. And so if you could write one song that impacts the next generation, what would it be, or what would it say?
I think it would have the elements of what I feel like my life calling is in it. So I feel like the calling for my life is to bring truth and direction and accountability to the music industry, to a degenerate industry, right? And I think that if I can write a song that encompasses all of that, has this anointing and this presence of God in it, that's all I can ask for.
Do you have anything in your heart that you wanna write about for your next song, maybe?
Well, I've got to think about it before Monday because I got a session on Monday. But it kind of depends. I feel like I kind of just write about. I feel like I write about my marriage a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I feel like,
Congratulations, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
It's been how many months? 2-3 months.
3,
now?
yeah. Yeah, about 3 months.
Very new.
Yeah. Oh, nearly. Yeah, 3 months. 3 months.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. So yeah, I kind of. Yeah, I think I just write about that. Honestly, recently I've been writing about humility a lot as well. Wow. So that's been something I've been writing about a lot.
So before you married, where do you usually get the inspiration from writing songs? Because some people can read a book and also watch movies, and then they connect their emotion to the book or the movie, and then they started writing songs from those stuff. So for you, is that your own experience, or
I think it's a multitude of avenues I feel like I get my inspiration from. I think the first one would definitely be my experiences, like when I was, 16, 18, the relationships I had then, I wrote about that. And then kind of coming out of that, I hadn't had a relationship in a while, and I kind of wrote a lot about other people's life experiences. So, things that they've gone through. People that in the past come to me with stories of, domestic abuse, things where they felt suicidal, things in their relationship that I've written about. And so there's a lot of those things that I've written about. And then obviously then getting to know my wife, at the time girlfriend, then I kind of wrote about that for a while. So I think it just chops and changes, really.
Yeah, right. So now you are planning to write about your wife.
Yeah.
Did you ever think that you could have, or you had written a wedding song?
Yes. There was one song that I wrote that someone actually got me to play at their wedding.
Okay.
Well, there's a few songs that I've written that could be played at a wedding, but there's one song, it's on my album called You and I, which, someone got me to play that at their wedding. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Did you play at your wedding?
I did actually. I always said I was never going to play music at my wedding. I was like, I'm not playing. And then, my family and friends were just like, you have to play. So there was this song that I wrote for Brie. It was the first song that I ever wrote for her.
Wow.
And I showed it to her when I first wrote it. And what I did was I produced it, and then I actually shot a music video. Yep. But for the song, and the music video actually happened to be our proposal video. Wow. So I proposed to her with that song, and then I had to do the full circle moment. I played that song at our wedding as well. So
wow.
Yeah.
I'd love to play my music at my wedding if I ever had one.
Yeah. Soon, mate. Soon.
Obviously you went to the US before.
Yeah.
And you're about to go back in December. What's the cultural difference between Australia and the US? Did you have anything specific that you noticed when you were in the US?
Yeah, I mean, I love the culture of the US. I think it's so cool. It's so good. The biggest difference I would say is just people champion one another on so much better than Australia. Like, everyone talks about the tall poppy syndrome in Australia. Everyone talks about it, so I'm not going to ramble on. But yeah, in America, you just are so much more encouraged to do something. It's not, and industries, especially in Nashville, which is where I was, I feel like the music industry in Nashville was so open, whereas in Australia, it's so gate kept.
Yeah, right.
The music industry here, it's like everything's, it's just so hard to get into any spaces in Australia, but it was so easy for me to get into different spaces in Nashville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they have music gigs or concert in every door at night, especially.
Yeah. But like, I got a meeting with someone from LA. Yep. I had a meeting, and she put me in contact with someone in Nashville. Someone in Nashville put me in contact with another person, and they put me in contact with someone at in Australia, in a record label in Australia. And it's just, you build all these contacts, but like, to get, I didn't even know this person in Australia existed, let alone get that contact. But I had to go to Nashville to get it. It was just, yeah.
What do you think of the music genre, the most popular music genre in Nashville? Because obviously nowadays we're mostly listening to pop, trap, and hip hop, obviously. But Nashville, it's influenced by country music, isn't it? Yeah,
well, I would say, I'll show you some stuff that I've recorded recently, but I would now consider myself a country artist. If you listen, yeah, you probably haven't heard any of my stuff in a long time. But like, if you listen to my album or my EPs, you would think singer-songwriter, maybe with a bit of rock on it, maybe. probably my EP that. But
Yeah.
now, yeah, I'm definitely make country music now.
Wow.
Yeah. I feel like I haven't really showed you, so I'll show you when we get off this. But
So, are you actually writing a country song now?
yeah, look, I can play it into the mic if you want. Yeah.
Play it. I want to hear it.
Um,
3 more hours till I'll be gone. Then we're stuck to FaceTime calls, saying all the things that I forgot.
I screwed along a bit.
You know I cold the truth. You know I'll be missing you, missing you. And I hate the open road.
I don't want to give too much away.
When is this coming up?
Well, the problem is that one's gate kept by a few producers. It's not gate kept, but it's behind some producers from the States, and I've got to pay
Okay.
them a lot of money to get them to release it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a really good song,
Thank you.
and your voice suits the country music very well.
Yeah, it sounds way different from my album, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm dead set serious. I do not like the songs I wrote on my album.
Mm.
Like, there's a few of them on there that I'm like, oh, it's all right, but it
Mm.
just doesn't sound how I want to sound. I feel like I sound super young.
I think it's kind of a journey that we go through to figure out who we are as an artist and
Mm.
what kind of song is best for our vocal and all sort of stuff. So I think you're kind of finding who you are as an artist too. That's
Yeah,
really cool.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah, and like Nashville's genuinely my favorite place.
Yeah.
man, it's so good.
there's so many musical.
Yeah,
things
and
in
it's
Nash-
like it's not dirty like LA is. Like
Mm.
LA's so dirty and grimy. Nashville's just nice. The people there are so kind. It's just awesome.
and it's really noisy at night in the city.
Yeah, but it's not like I just don't feel
Do you-
unsafe when I walk down the street. Like LA, I feel like I'm genuinely gonna get like jumped.
Yeah, right.
Whereas like Nashville is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get shocked when you see all of the gigs that is playing door to door?
No, because
It's-
I went to Nashville in 2019,
Mm.
and then obviously again in February I was there. Oh no, I was there in February.
How did you react when you first saw the city at night?
It was just like a culture shock. It
Yeah.
genuinely was. Like when I was first there, it got dark at like 4:30 p.m. And then just as soon as it got dark, it was like 4:30, and then just the whole town just came alive. And I was like, "Whoa, this is awesome!" And I'm not that into nightlife, but
Yep.
well, we went to this it's like a BB King bar in Nashville, and BB King's guitarist was playing there. He was just crazy. It's just unbelievable, and yeah, it's so sick.
Did you meet any famous people in the US?
Yes.
Who did you meet?
Well, I played a few gigs in the US. So,
Oh.
well, I played in Nashville actually in February.
Mm.
Played at two cool places, and then but before that, in September when I was there,
Yep.
I was in LA,
Mm.
and I was playing. No, I it was so weird. It was the most weird experience. But I
Okay.
just happened to. I was at this football game,
Okay.
and then I met these people from Australia,
Mm.
and I went to go have dinner with them.
Okay.
But then they wouldn't let me in because I wasn't 21 at the time. So I just was walking down the street. My phone was about to die, and I needed to get back to where I was staying.
Yep.
And so I found an Anytime Fitness,
Mm.
and I have an Anytime Fitness subscription. So I was
Mm.
like, you know what? Let me go in there, see if they have a charger in there. But you had to go through this cafe,
Okay.
and I just asked the person at the cafe if I could charge my phone. They're like, yeah, no worries. And there was this girl like playing music. So
Mm.
I was just like sitting there listening to her play for like 40 minutes while my phone charged. And I got up and asked her if I could play a song. So I was like,
Wow.
all right. So, and she was like, yeah, okay. I was like, I promise I'm not bad. Like I showed her my Instagram. I'm like, I'm not bad. And so she let me play. As soon as I start playing, it was like just into the first verse, Shia LaBeouf from Transformers
Wow.
walked in. It was
What?
crazy. And I grew up like obsessed with Transformers. I loved it.
Mm.
And yeah, he walked in and was just watching me play it, and I was like starstruck. I was like, what is going on? It was so cool. It was so cool.
Did you have a chance to speak to the person?
Yeah, so then after I got off, that was like the only song I played. I got off and he like gone out the front because I think it was like an acai shop that I was at. And he'd gone out the front and was talking to the manager. I got my phone back and went over to say thank you to the manager. And he was just like, you did a great job, man. And I was like, oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. And I was like, I wasn't going to be that guy. Like, can I get a photo with you?
Wow.
But I should have, but I don't know. I just didn't want to be that kind of guy. But yeah, it was so
you
good.
You didn't take a picture.
No, I didn't. So I've
Ah.
got no proof that it happened. So you're just going to have to take my word for it.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was brutal. But no, it was so cool. Like, and I saw him like sitting up the back, just like analyzing you play. And then I finished playing, walked out the front, and I went out and talked to him. It was crazy. I just stood in the circle listening to him talk for a while. It was cool.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. Like how is that? It's not. Sometimes things happen.
Yeah.
You know, it seems like a coincidence, but then it's not.
Yeah. And like LA is, I can see the appeal of LA
Yeah.
as a whole because there was a few other people that I met there as well that were like pretty well known, and I was just like you just meet these random people and they're just like working, doing normal things, but then you see them, they're like got 1 million followers on Instagram and you're like, what? It's crazy.
Did you have a chance to go to any other countries apart from the US?
Yeah, I've been to a bunch of countries.
Have you been to any Asian countries?
Yeah, I
Which one?
went to Nepal when
Okay.
it was like for a mission trip,
Mm.
and then I've been to Bangkok.
Right.
I've been to Thailand.
Any cultural shock in Thailand and in Bangkok?
Thailand was great. It was just for like a holiday. Yeah, which like the normal touristy things, elephant riding and,
Oh, yeah.
and all of that. So it was cool. Like I had a good time. But yeah. What culture what nationality are you again?
Myanmar, Burmese.
Burmese, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you haven't been to Myanmar?
Nah. No, I remember you telling me you were Burmese, but I forgot.
Yeah. It's a good country,
Yeah.
except the government. It's really
Tough.
yeah. The people are nice in Myanmar. They have a really good foods.
I feel like I know a few Burmese people, like mainly through you though.
Yeah.
And my barber's Burmese. I'm pretty sure he's Burmese. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's King Boy Barber.
Right.
Yeah, he knows you at least. He told me he knows you.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What other countries?
I've been to I went to Mexico,
Okay.
which was pretty cool. I went to New Zealand when I was a kid and Fiji for my honeymoon. Apart from that, I think that's it.
Do you have any interesting things to say about Fiji or any other countries? That mainly for the culture.
Yeah, I'd say when I was in Mexico,
Mm.
that was for a music trip. So
Okay.
I was in Mexico and it was like a songwriting camp. So there was
Mm.
like a bunch of producers from LA. That's where I wrote that song that I just showed you.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that
Okay.
was written in Mexico.
In Mexico.
Yeah, so there's like it's crazy. It's this like studio resort thing.
Mm.
They've got an underground studio.
Mm.
And like heaps of great artists have been like Anderson .Paak and a bunch of other people. I just remember Anderson .Paak for some reason. But a bunch of people have been there.
Mm.
And so there was like 5 or 6 producers from LA and the States flew over, and there was like a bunch of artists as well that came over. We did a bucket load of writing sessions. I came out with 3 songs written for myself and then wrote for a bunch of other people as well, which was awesome. But to be honest, in terms of the culture, I didn't get to experience much of Mexican culture, which is like, it's like Mexican cuisine is like my favorite food. I love Mexican. And because I was just working the whole time, I was there for 6 days and I went out of the resort for about 3 hours and it was just like,
Yeah.
couldn't do much. So
So that project, how did you get into that project in the Mexico?
I think that was kind of strange how that came about. I think they just found me on Instagram, to be honest, and they kind of just reached out and was like, do you want to come do this songwriting camp in Mexico? I was like, yeah, that'd be mad. So saved up a bit of money and did that.
Mm.
And yeah, that was pretty
so
cool.
just random people coming in together.
Yeah, so that was in September last year.
Mm.
And so that's why I went to LA first.
Mm.
And then I got sick of LA pretty quickly and then flew to Indiana and then to Mexico.
Did they tell you about your accent
In
in any other countries that you visited?
not Mexico, because most of us are Australian that were there.
Okay.
Because it was an Australian-based company that was doing the songwriting camp. But but in America, yeah, everyone, because like my wife's American, so
Oh yeah.
so that's why I went to Indiana. So when I was in LA, I got sick of LA. I was supposed to be there for 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and some things fell through. So I was like, well, I'm just gonna be stuck here for another week doing nothing.
Mm.
And then my mother-in-law, she just messaged me. She's like, you should come to Indiana. And well, we kind of like had joked about it, and she's like, no, you should. And so without my wife or girlfriend at the time, I flew to Indiana.
Yep.
That was the first time I met her whole family as well, and I stayed with them for a week. And of course, they were like when I would meet anyone, they would just talk about my accent, and that was really about it.
So that's pretty much about your accent.
Yeah,
Not in any other places.
In Nepal heaps. When I was in Nepal, yeah, that were
Because in a lot of American, they love Australian accent.
yeah
And people love Australian accent and British.
yeah. I would say not so much British. They love they love Australians though, for sure. Yeah. I would definitely. Yeah, you get a lot of love if you're from America and you got an Aussie accent. So it's good.
That's so cool, man. Thank you so much for sharing all of the stories and the questions.
No, cruising, man. It was great.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can do a lot more music together in the future.
Yeah, I'm keen.
And we're gonna end the podcast today. Isaac's gonna say something.
Oh, well, I appreciate you having me on. And if you want to listen to my music, it is on Spotify, but it's not. I don't think it's that good. So
The best one are coming.
yeah, the best stuff is coming. My real sound is coming. Yeah. But Instagram's probably the best place to find me.
Yeah, Isaac Staines.
Yeah, it's got an underscore at the end because someone's took my name. But
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Isaac, for coming in today. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Thanks. Sweet, man.
Awesome.